Hello. Hey guys, it's Abby Andrew and welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to make a very short video. Hopefully it doesn't end up being 20 minutes because I feel like every single time I say very short video it ends up being like 20 minutes. But I just wanted to make a video introducing you guys to my new shaved head. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, then you would know that I have alopecia. Obviously, in case you can't tell. I mean, maybe you didn't know what that was and you're like, why is this girl bald? I have alopecia, which is a hair loss condition. But for most of my life, I've had at least maybe like 30% of my hair was still there in like patches. And I have made videos in the past without a wig before, and you might have heard me say in those videos or on my Instagram that it was my preference for a long time to keep those patches kind of grown out because each individual patch was thick enough that it kind of made, in my opinion, a cute little hairstyle. I thought it was really unique and I liked the way those patches looked. Now, you might have seen a recent video I posted maybe about a month ago where I was talking about how those patches started to fall out a little bit more recently. It was very slow. They just got a little bit thinner over the last couple months. I think it was triggered by stress because I had a lot of big changes in my life over the last couple months. But every time I looked in the mirror, I would just notice that those patches were getting thinner and thinner, and it was a little bit disheartening. One, because it's just sad to have it start to fall out again when it had been so consistent for my whole life. And two, it was a little bit scary because I was wondering if maybe there was some underlying health issue that was triggering it. Since we don't really know what causes alopecia, I always have all these theories about like, well, what if it's caused by an underlying health issue or a sensitivity to something or something like that. So I kept getting all these like crazy fears in my head, and I wasn't like overtly sad about it all the time every time I saw it, but it was kind of just there in the back of my head, like a little bit bummed out that it was falling out again. And I was just kind of letting myself give into that stress a little bit too much. So over the weekend, I decided to just get it over with, just shave it off and just kind of use it as a moment of empowerment instead of letting it bring me down, and just kind of like beat it to the chase, just like do it myself instead of letting like alopecia take it away from me, to just do it myself. And I felt really, really good about it. It was a little bit scary at first. A couple weeks before shaving my head, I had actually cut off most of it anyway, and I cut it all very, very short because it had been so uneven. Like I was saying, it was just kind of like making me sad to see it. So it was already short at that point, and then over the weekend I just decided to take the final plunge and shave it off and just kind of see what it looks like. Because like I was saying, for most of my life, I kind of decided to let the patches be grown out. And I was also kind of just curious to see what I would look like with a totally bald head and see if I could pull it off. I don't know. I have done this once before in recent years, about 3 years ago or so. I shaved it all off then. And when I did it that time, it was very, very empowering for me at the moment. And when I was doing it, I had like a euphoric high kind of feeling. Like I was just so proud of myself for taking that plunge. But then a couple days later, I kept seeing myself in the mirror and I started to lose that confidence and that euphoria that I had about it. And I started to feel more self-conscious about it. And it just made me sad. And then after a while, I let the patches grow back in and I kept them there again. And again, I still do like the patches, and if they hadn't been falling out on their own, then I probably would have kept them because I like how they look. But at the same time, it is sad that when I shaved my head 3 years ago, I was so insecure about it that it didn't feel empowering for me. It was just sad. So this time around, I'm kind of making it a goal to just be empowered by this and try something new and just embrace it. And so far, I'm kind of liking it. Like I'm looking at the viewfinder right now and I'm kind of like, hey, that doesn't look so bad. Obviously, you can have your own opinions about it. It's definitely weird. I will choose to say unique instead of weird, but it's kind of growing on me. And if you guys don't know, I'm kind of a little bit of an aspiring model. Like I'm not trying to be a model as a career, but I do like to do some modeling on the side. And a really, really big influence for me to just take the plunge and shave my head completely is a model with alopecia named Gina Turner. You might have seen her on America's Next Top Model this past season. I've made other videos about her, but I love her so much. I think she's amazing and beautiful and gorgeous, and she's such an inspiration to me. And she pulls off the totally bald look like so well. She looks amazing. And what I also really like about Gina is that she rocks the bald look, but then she also wears different wigs all the time, and she kind of does it all, which is kind of like what I want to do. I do want to get comfortable going out without a wig and doing that, but I also still love wigs. And I don't think that wearing wigs has to mean you're insecure bald. You can do both, and I think that's what Gina really does herself, and I really think that's awesome. Speaking of Gina, if you haven't noticed these rhinestones on my head, those were totally inspired by her, because I think I saw on her Instagram at some point she was like walking in a runway with rhinestones on her head, and I really liked how that looked, so I decided to try it out myself. The hard part of getting used to a completely bald head is not having a hairline, and I feel like it just makes you feel like you have a giant, endless forehead since there's no hairline to end your forehead. And even when I had like the patches before, I still kind of had a hairline because I had a patch like right here that was almost like where my hairline would have been. So seeing my head with nothing there at all was like a little bit hard for me to get used to, which is why I put the rhinestones there, because it almost kind of creates like a fake hairline, which I think kind of looks cute. And I just think anything sparkly is just cute in general. So I kind of like how that looks. But yeah, this video is already longer than I'm meaning it to be. I just kind of wanted to pop on here and show off my new totally shaved head, because I just am a little bit excited about this new era in my life. I don't know how long it's gonna go on. Maybe I'll let the hair just grow back again after a little while. It's funny because I shaved it this weekend, and the hair that does grow still grows like at a fast rate, and it grows consistently, and it's already kind of like fuzzy. Like I already have peach fuzz from where the hair is gonna grow back. I just really wanted to take an opportunity to just even it all out, see what it looks like bald, and then see what I have to work with when it grows in again, because I don't know if it's gonna be less than I had before, maybe it'll be more than I had before, but I'm not like banking on that. Whereas in my past, I think I would have really banked on that. And I think maybe the last time I shaved my head, I kind of did bank on that. Like, hey, maybe some weird miracle will happen and all my hair will just grow back at the same time. Like, no, that's not gonna happen, and it's okay that that's not gonna happen, because I'm okay living like this as well. So yeah, I feel like I always used to live for a future of, hey, someday I'll have hair, and I always used to keep that in the back of my head of like, yeah, right now I'm bald, but someday it'll grow back, just based on nothing. And I feel like that is just a false sense of hope, and it stops you from just being confident in the here and now. And that's what I want to do, is just be confident in the here and now, exactly as I am, hair or no hair. It doesn't have to be a detriment to my life, it doesn't have to be something that kills my confidence, it's just a thing that is, and that's okay that it is. So yeah, I feel good about this right now. So yeah, this video is already 10 minutes. I knew it would be longer than I meant it to be, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching though. Leave some comments below. Let's chat, let's hang out, let's talk about alopecia or whatever you want to talk about, and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos of me talking with a bald head. I don't know. And hit thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next video.